So guys, where the fuck is Jen?
Yeah. Oh, and it's gonna get beeped. No, it's not. We're on the fucking web now.
That's fucking right.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Cock, balls.
Shit cock.
Motherfucker.
Nice not being on broadcast.
Yeah, well, we'll give Jen this week off. She was looking a little bad at the zombie pub crawl.
Yeah, she looked a little feverish.
Death warmed over a bit.
Yeah.
Welcome again to the Nerd Show TV. Speaking of the zombie pub crawl, we had a lot of fun last week.
Yeah, ton of fun. Hamburger Mary's is a great place. I had such a blast there.
Well, and you had the best makeup too.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Well, yeah, they had a professional there doing makeup also for charity, and I had a ton of fun. She had like a little menu of you can
Like
get
pay by the
this.
wound or something?
Yeah, pretty much. And I was like, just give me all of it. And she had a thing called the bloodbath, which was kind of cool. She sprayed you down with fake blood, so I was just head to toe, just covered in gore.
Yeah, it was really
a ton of
gross.
fun. Yeah.
But fun. So, I just found out something on the web the other day. This week, now we're, I think, 6 weeks out from the release of Hunger Games Catching Fire, so that's Hunger Games 2. And tickets went on sale on Tuesday on Fandango Online.
Okay.
And in one day, 70% of their ticket sales were just for the Hunger Games.
Wow.
6 weeks out, that's a big fan base.
I know that. But I can't go on acting for the cameras and then just ignoring each other in real life.
She's not who they think she is. And she has to be eliminated. I agree, but in the right way, at the right time.
You saw the movie, right?
Yeah, I saw the first movie. I enjoyed it. I thought it could have done with an extra half hour. There was so much stuff there that was had me suspend my disbelief a bit too much. There wasn't enough explanation, I felt, of why this society was oh yeah, just take our children and make them fight to the death, and we're cool with that. I felt that could have been addressed a little more to make that more believable, but I enjoyed the heck out of the movie. It was a good surprise.
Well, I saw it in the theater and then just rewatched it maybe 2 months ago or so, because I had seen a clip of it again, and I think it's a really good movie. I think it really stands up, and I'm really looking forward to part 2.
Yeah, me too.
And it comes out on my birthday.
And it comes out on your birthday.
Woo,
I
woo.
know what we're doing.
For Jim's birthday.
Yeah.
And I know, I don't know, if anyone was associated in the first one, but I know a lot of big names are associated with the soundtrack for part 2. Off the top of my head, Coldplay is going to be part of it. I think Lana Del Rey.
Just that big hit.
Just a lot of real big artists right now are going to be part of that soundtrack. So.
I heard you had some movie news as well this week, right?
So just announced from Fox is that Simon Kinberg, the screenwriter for X-Men Last Stand, First Class, and the upcoming Days of Future Past, has been brought in to reboot and possibly overhaul the Fantastic Four reboot. So that could be pretty cool.
So he's a new writer attached to it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
They canned the other two. The first guy they canned was the guy that wrote Dark Shadows. His name is Seth Graham Smith, and he also wrote Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer.
Okay.
Both so-so movies,
they're-
script-wise.
Neither of those movies was really selling itself on we've got the best script.
Exactly.
I like Dark Shadows. Vampire Hunter was horrible, in my opinion, but...
But it was intentionally so. I went into that knowing it was going to be a terrible movie, and it was a pretty good, terrible movie, if that makes sense.
Recently, they've been really ramping up this Fantastic Four reboot. I know rumored to be Johnny Storm is the actor Michael B. Jordan, which could be interesting because he's actually black.
Okay.
So, that could change things up a bit. Is, Johnny Storm an adopted brother? They're going to make Sue Storm black now? I mean, there's different ways they could go with that. And then, as a whole, they were talking about for Marvel properties, because they want to eventually fold everything into the Avengers world.
Okay.
but because of ownership rights, different studios like Fox have Fantastic Four and the X-Men, and Marvel Studios and Disney have all the rest.
Well, Sony's still got Spider-Man, but yeah.
But they have talked about making kind of like a second Avengers universe for movies where they would fold in Fantastic Four, X-Men, and Spider-Man all into one movie eventually.
Oh, that'd suck.
That'd be cool.
But they'd never pull it off, though, do you think?
What? Spider-Man's part of the Fantastic Four.
And the Avengers.
That's a lot of writing for a lot of big characters.
And he hangs around the X-Men a lot, actually.
Yeah. They have talked about a Fantastic Four X-Men crossover movie, and that'd be cool.
Hey, you got a game coming out, don't you?
Yeah. I'm actually really excited for... it's a game called Beyond Two Souls. It stars Ellen Page and Willem Dafoe, which, if we're tying into our movies, Ellen Page was Shadowcat in the X-Men movies, and Willem Dafoe was Norman Osborn in the Spider-Man movie. You may also know Ellen Page from Juno, and Willem Dafoe was in Boondock Saints.
Yes.
It's a game from one of my favorite studios, Quantic Dream, which is a French studio that, you know, you've known me for years. I love video games and I love cinema. And Quantic Dream is one of the few companies that really blurs that line extremely well.
Is that a scar? Is that recent?
In this game, you play as Ellen Page's character, is this girl named Jodie, and she has an entity, kind of like a ghost or a demon, that is basically attached to her. The entity's name is Aiden. In the story of the game, Ellen Page's or Jodie's parents end up leaving her in the care of this scientist psychologist guy named Nathan, who's played by Willem Dafoe. And they're running tests on her to try and understand this entity, and eventually the CIA picks her up. And kind of trains her as to be a weapon. Quantic Dream is known for really getting to the core of the emotions of the characters. I'm really excited for it. I love their previous games. Indigo Prophecy was one that was just a really interesting game. Their most recent game was Heavy Rain, where you play 4 characters. In this one, the story starts out and you're a character named Ethan Mars, whose son is kidnapped by this serial killer who kills children. The only issue is that he is blacking out, so it may be him. So if they can do half as good as Heavy Rain with this one, I am psyched for Beyond Two Souls. And that comes out October 8th. And there's a demo on the PlayStation Marketplace.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So recently I got to interview a local artist and illustrator named Javier Avila, and he's got some really great work. Let's check it out. Today I'm here with Javier Avila, local sketch artist and illustrator, and we're talking about some of his artwork. How did you get started in all this, or what inspired you?
Basically, when I was in, I want to say it was 6th grade, a bunch of friends of mine introduced me to comics and like the trading cards, like Marvel trading cards.
Okay.
So the one comic that I remember a lot from my youth was X-Men 300, John Romita Jr. drawing. I saw it and just the awesome artwork, colors, costumes, it just blew my mind. I was just like, you know what? I want to do that for a living. So pretty much in the lunchroom, started doodling and selling my doodles for like $0.25. It's just like, yeah, this is something I could do for the rest of my life. So I just kept with it and been drawing ever since and love doing it every day.
Walk me through your process a little bit, like,
Sure.
you know, sketching, scanning, like what you all...
Basically, sketchbook, every artist tool. I generally have like 4 of these on me at all time, one next to my bed, one in my car, one next to my drawing desk. And like I'll either be flipping through comics of mine, get inspired by a story, or nowadays it seems like a lot of people request certain characters that they want to see me draw. So I'll linger on some of the thoughts in my head and be like, okay, I feel like drawing that character today. So I'll just do tons and tons of sketches. Like these are some Black Bolt ones that I did before I did my Black Bolt piece. And as soon as I have an idea of how I want the anatomy in my head, how I want the lighting, like you can see it right here. Like even in my sketches, I go for hard contrast. I know where my light source is coming from. I have like a general idea of exactly how I want to do my cross hatching. As soon as I have an idea like that, I'll grab 11 by 17 paper. This obviously isn't Black Bolt. And I'll just start sketching it out. So right here, I flipped it up a bit from the original sketch idea because the way that my artwork works, or at least the way that I like to have my artwork, is if I were to take this character and have it in the 11 by 17 format, it doesn't seem like it's as zoomed in. And the thing that I like to do with my artwork is I like to have at least 75% of my page filled by the character. Because I know that it's at a 1-to-1 ratio that I'm going to print it out, people are going to see it at this size. So it's just like what's going to create most impact. So after I have all my layout done, I get all my rendering, all my shading, I'll scan it into Photoshop. So I have it in Photoshop, and what I do on this layer is I'll label it as my pencil layer. I'll set it to multiply. That way when I have my layers underneath, I paint underneath with my pencils always being on top of everything. Okay. So I'll choose a background color, and generally sometimes what I like to do is just futz around with the background first before I start messing around with character. But the main thing that I do is I lay my flats, so I have a general color idea in my mind. And I'll go in and I'll create my light source. And I'll just go through and I'll highlight select layers in different areas and just paint. And generally I'll have anywhere from, I think one of my most detail and orientated pieces, I have something like 50, 60 layers. Wow. And right now, as of late, I've actually been streamlining my process where I'll be merging all my layers and have about 7 at most. And it's just something that I experiment. I call my style a very experimental style because I'm self-taught. Like I never really followed any classes or anything like that. I've never had a Photoshop class at all, and I've been experimenting. Pretty much every single piece that I color is it's an experimental theory to me. Okay. I'm just trying to see what paintbrushes work, which colors work, and just going from there.
Are there any pieces right now that, or in general, that you have a favorite or you're particularly proud of?
Well, this is one of my favorite pieces for pencil, and this is one of my favorites. Just because I drew so tiny. It's not something that I really am comfortable with, is drawing that tiny of details, even though it's something that I love to do. I don't know, man. They all have a special place in my heart because I just remember like what I was doing or what idea that I had. So then from my artist perspective, what's your favorite character? What's something that you would like to see me draw?
I flipped through one of your portfolios. I already own your Nightwing. Mm-hmm. He's probably up there. I have to say Green Lantern.
Oh, okay.
Or the new Flash Thompson Venom.
Okay. So which Green Lantern though? Kyle, Hal, or John Stewart?
Hal.
Hal?
Definitely Hal.
Okay. It gives me ideas for what fans like, and obviously you're a comic book fan, so I want to please you, so to speak, with my artwork. Can I do a quick shout out to Joanne? I know that she wants me to say hi to her. And that's all I got, thanks.
That was pretty cool. Got a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, I've been a fan of his since you introduced me to his work when we went to Vortex Comics. He's amazing.
Yeah, well, and we said in the interview, not only Vortex, but also Neptune Comics out in Waukesha he does sell at.
Oh, that's awesome.
And
And he mentioned that he's getting like an exclusive art gallery deal in New Mexico, which is amazing.
Yeah.
He's actually going to have like gallery quality exclusives just for this gallery in New Mexico. And I got to tell you, looking at his work and watching him actually work,
Yeah.
I can't even imagine how you practice to get that good.
Yeah, I mean, Jim can tell you, I've been drawing for years, and so's Jim, but like,
Yeah, he's on a whole other level.
I just, you know, my
And he makes it look
non-existent
so easy.
hats off to you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Crazy good.
yeah.
Well, here at the Nerd Show, we like to say, click this, not that. So check out this video.
Want to see how animals eat their food? Watch closely. Moo!
Well, that was pretty good, but I've got one for you that's just wrong on so many levels. Check it out.
Dude, that breakfast smells amazing. Is it nearly ready?
It's nearly ready. Just gotta fry up the bacon. Did you remember to get the bacon?
Dude, it was your turn to do the shopping. If you didn't get any bacon, then we don't have any bacon. Did you just throw all that food in the trash?
No bacon, no breakfast.
Not cool, dude. You know what people are like. We're gonna get such hate on this video. People are gonna comment saying, how can they waste so much food? There's children starving in Africa.
No, don't worry. That's why I've strategically placed this child at the bottom of this trash can.
What the F, man? What the actual F? How can you put a child in a bin? There's hardly any space in there for him.
Well, if he's got no space in there, how's he been able to sew these really awesome sneakers?
Wait a minute. I live here. How come I've never seen that child in our bin before?
No, well, he's having a timeout.
Timeout from what?
No, he was having a fight with one of his colleagues.
Is that my face in the logo?
No?
I'm moving out.
That hippo is outrageous, man. Wrong.
Yeah, and the baby in the trash bin.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah,
wrong.
but terrible. Here at the Nerd Show, we like to see it when your nerd flags are flying high. So send us a picture of yourself doing something nerdy, and you can be our nerd guy or girl of the week. Send those pictures in to contact@thenerdshow.tv or share them on our Facebook page. And you could win a $10 gift certificate to Lost World of Wonders so you could catch up on all your wonderful comics.
The wait is over. The Walking Dead issue 115 comes out Wednesday, October 9th, marking the 10th anniversary of the hugely popular series. To celebrate, Lost World of Wonders is stocking up with 13 different covers, including the special release party cover. Lost World will have them all, so get yours Wednesday. Plus, Lost World stocks a full line of Walking Dead action figures, comics, and collectibles. Lost World of Wonders, Milwaukee's pop culture and comic book destination at 69th and Oklahoma. Well, this week we have tons of stuff that's new for nerds. Let's start with some TV. Coming up this Tuesday on the 8th, Supernatural returns to the CW. On Wednesday the 9th, Season 2 of Arrow is back on the CW, followed by the premiere of Tomorrow People. Also on Wednesday, American Horror Story Coven begins on FX. Thursday, the new show Once Upon a Time in Wonderland premieres on ABC. And on the big screen, opening Friday the 11th, in theaters, is Zero Charisma. This is a good one.
I am Ulrich Benavan, keeper of the Stones of Light.
I'm gonna throw my sword at his head.
That's not what you're supposed to do.
Also on the 11th opens Machete Kills.
The enemy may have a missile, but we have Machete.
Machete kills. That's what he does.
Plus, there's a new twist on the Magic Kingdom called Escape from Tomorrow.
Can't be happy all the time.
Something's wrong with Elliot.
And jumping ahead a bit, coming up on the 13th is the return of The Walking Dead.
What happened in there?
Someone attacked the cell block.
On AMC. And that's a lot of excitement around that, especially with the new comic coming out and the new series coming out.
Yeah, and you know what? I just got an email from Netflix that season 3 just got put up on there, so I'll finally be able to catch up.
I know, me too.
Yeah, it's gonna be an awesome time, so I'll be able to be current.
Now remember, we're online only, online exclusive at thenerdshow.tv. And next week, we're going to be coming to you exclusively from New York City's Comic-Con. So we'll see you then.
They're so stupid!
Cock, balls.